Yeah, boy. It's the TLB Sports Talk Show. We talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. Yeah, that's who he is. Yeah, boy. What's going on, Greg?
Hey, what's up, Randy B?
Listen, man, it's an honor to have you on the air. I'm telling you, bro. We've been talking about this for a while, and a lot of people, outside of Trenton, they don't know the basketball journey. A lot of people remember you, from back in the day, but we want the youth to know who you are today because it was a struggle. Without a struggle, there is no progress. I believe Frederick Douglass said that. And so that's the purpose of this broadcast, is to give you honor and let people know who you are as a person, as well as a professional basketball player, an author, a civic leader in your community, and all those things that you're doing, that a lot of people don't know what's going on. So we want to, without any further ado, we want to bring everybody on the air that had a part of your journey. All right.
All right.
Coach Young, could you turn your camera landscape?
Doing great. Yeah, come on.
Turn your camera landscape, sir. Make it on landscape. Turn it around landscape. Can you hear me, Daryl?
Volume real low, Randy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but can you turn your?
So low. I got to turn it all the way up.
Yeah, turn your camera landscape so we can see you better.
I'm looking for that.
No, it's nothing to look for. Just turn the camera landscape. Turn it around instead of having a portrait. Turn it landscape.
Like this?
Turn it around.
This better?
No. Put your phone. There you go. You got it.
Man,
yeah,
I never called that no landscape. It's called rotate your phone.
Okay. However you want us to look at it. My bag. Rotate your phone. Okay. Now, this is Coach Young. He was there. You crazy.
For some reason, you're very low.
I'm very low.
I sound to you, but you're very low to me for some reason.
That's okay. Can you hear me? But Greg, you can hear me clearly, right?
Yeah, I got you. Rick.
All right. This is Coach Young. He's part of Greg Grant's journey, the basketball journey, and we got the historian, Rocky Green.
I see you.
Rotate your phone, like Daryl says. Rotate your phone.
Go ahead, man.
All right, rotate it so that you come in more clear. All right, we'll roll with it like that. All right, we got another individual who's part of your journey, and we're happy to have him on the air with us, Coach Cal. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone?
Hey,
it's good to have you.
I see you got that phone rotating.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see you better. You're not part of the blackout on each side, so that's what it's all about. And our next individual is a part of your journey. There he is, Daryl Dixon. Can you hear us?
Man, Dixon.
Yo,
indeed.
I can hear you guys clearly, and I can see y'all clearly. I can see y'all without even having the phone on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, look, it's wonderful to have y'all on the air here. We are live on YouTube, TLV Sports Talk Show. We are live on Facebook, TLV Sports Talk Show, and we're live on Randy B. Ball Facebook. But look, it's not about me. It's about Greg Grant right now and everything that he's done. And well, Greg, talk to us about this picture here. Greg Grant.
Oh,
what's
yeah,
that?
that's senior yearbook. You know, every year, well, when you're a senior in the most of the yearbook, they ask you what you want to be. You know, once you get out of high school, going to college or go wherever you're going to do. And I just put professional basketball player. That's what I wanted to be. At the time, it was far-fetched idea. It was unrealistic to a lot of people, but they asked us what we wanted to be, and I said professional basketball player. So
let me ask you something real quick. Like, what's that? Those initials right there. Is that Monday through Friday? What is that?
Yeah, I was an MF Monday through Friday. No, that was a childhood nickname given to me by one of our block friends. Gave that nickname to me. And it stuck. So that's what the people in the Weber section was calling me by.
Got you. All right. So we're gonna shoot a little video here when everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy this right here, what we're doing right now. Okay.
It's unbelievable what he has accomplished and doing the things that he has done for all those years.
I think he's a great person. He's definitely a hell of a ball player. So, I mean, shout out to him. I think Trenton should respect and love him, man. He did.
The day Greg got drafted, I felt great. You know, because of him representing himself, representing his family, and definitely representing Trenton as far as us being on the map in a positive way.
When his number was called, man, it was like everybody, dream came true.
Other people. But Greg Grant was that rare exception. Not only did he help you win basketball games, but he entertained the people in the process.
When he made the pros, in our heart and mind, we all made it.
Just to hear the stories at the Packer Hall, how the lines would be way around the corner trying to get in to see this young guy play.
I would have to say Greg was probably the #1 guy that when I walked in the gym, I said to myself, I got to coach this guy. I got to find a way to get him on my team.
Tenacity, determination, drive, ambition, you know, and that stick-to-itiveness that so many other athletes don't have.
All right. You heard what Cleve Christie said about Greg. Talk to us, Coach Young. What Coach Cleve Christie said about Greg, about his stick-to-itiveness. Have you've known Greg how long? All right, let's go to Coach Cal.
Yeah, I mean, I think about, Greg, and as what Cleve mentioned about that stick to itiveness. The reality is that that's just that self discipline that separates the great ones from the special ones, and Greg has moved into that ability to be special, not just great, because of his discipline, his approach to everything that he does. And that's, that this is the reason why he's able to have longevity away from the game of basketball and why he was playing the game of basketball. So, I've always just was so amazed with his ability to lead, direct, and do it in a way where, actions speak louder than words in so many cases. But more importantly, just how disciplined and how structured he was with his mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring on Rock.
All right.
Rock, you've known Greg Grant for a lifetime, right?
Who? I don't know who you're talking about. Greg Grant.
That's same old Rock. Got the jokes.
Yeah, I know Greg. Known Greg for since about the 7th or 8th grade. And I can remember one particular thing that happened was he had a cousin named Leonard, but they call him Spud, Leonard Davis. And I had told Leonard.
Leonard Davis, the fireman?
Yeah, Leonard.
Okay.
And I told Leonard, I said, I don't think Greg can play me. Greg can't play me. He's too small. And I think Greg scored about 50 that night at me that night against me at Calwater Park. One of his many 50 games, so, but like Kelly said, Greg just had something that was just, different. He was just different. He had a attitude and a determination that, nobody was going to outwork him. Nobody was going to, just do the things that he didn't do. He did everything and committed himself to do what a lot of us didn't do. So, my man, he just did it, and I kind of figured, and I don't know, and I never told Greg this, but when Greg had came back from Morris Brown down in Atlanta, and I was just leaving Monmouth. I was just leaving Trenton High going to Monmouth College, and I saw Greg, and he was working at the crab trap then, so I didn't particularly know what was going on, but I know that, there was a look in his eyes, that he was going to, do something. And it was at that point in time when he just came, and I would see Greg running through the city. I saw him running down Route 1 one day, and I pulled over. I said, Greg, your car broke down. You need a ride? He said, nah, I'm running. And I said, well, he just did all the things that so many other great athletes that came through Trenton High didn't do. And I don't want to say any names, but because we had some bad boys to come through there, and Greg was, he right there at the top. He just did everything, that he wanted to do, that he said he was going to do. And I can remember it was times we were in practice, and we would be leaning over, and I'm gonna end this, because I don't want to take up too much time. But when Greg, remember you told us to run cross country. You said, I want all y'all returning players, because you was the only returning senior, and you said to join the cross country club. And so we looking like, cross country, man, I play ball, I don't run cross country. So we joined, the core people joined, that was coming back for the new year. And when Mr. Jennings had told us to run from Trenton High to Hamilton Fairgrounds, we ran out and we ran back to Trenton High. So we were, we thought we were done. So Mr. Jennings said, okay, let's stretch it out. Let's get loose, or whatever we're going to take it from Trenton High to Calwater Park. And at that time, we all looked at each other, me, Darryl Dixon, Juan Williams, Kevin McClendon, Richard Wright, John Adams, everybody else said, that's it, I'm done. I quit. But Greg hung in there. He ran cross country. And when we would practice it on, the other days, while we hanging over, bending over, grabbing his shirt, trying to hold him out of breath, he just kept on going. And so
that's that determination.
And I got one more story that I'm gonna tell at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hold on to that.
I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Let's bring on Double D. What's going on, D?
Hey guys, how you doing? Shout out to the honor player Greg, the legend. Being Greg, doing the hit for life. We go back 50 years now to Cook School, they second grade. So Greg actually taught me how to play basketball.
I'm having a problem with hands down.
Speak up, Darryl.
Greg actually taught me how to play basketball.
He did. Yeah. At what age was that?
This was, I was 11.
He was 18.
You are right, man. I can't win, man. Hey, Brandy, these guys.
Hey, listen. That's why y'all on here, because if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. It's simple as that. Because ain't nobody gonna get a pass on this one.
We from Weber section, so you had to have thick skin. And once they found out we were in sports, they kind of left us alone, right? Because if you didn't play sports, you couldn't go down the 100 block. But that's another story. But me and Greg, we played on about 15 to 20 teams together. From AAU, Hamilton, Little Lads, which we were forbidden to play. But it was like a little open secret, pretty much. We played AAU, we played we went to war with Camden from junior high into Trenton High. And just anybody who can hang with me in scoring can make the pros, and I always measure that, and that's true. Greg was the only one who can have that title, and what I think is very unjust, because we play basketball every day, me and Greg, straight up. True. And the funny thing about it, people always, when you mention Greg, and this day back then, you had to mention Darryl Dixon. But we never had that jealousy. We never looked at each other. We always looked at each other as teammates. It was always that. And one thing I think that's very unfair about, if you look back on Greg, what people say, I don't get to say too much, but I'm going to say it now. They say Greg made the pros because he was quick. No, Greg made the pros. Yeah, he was quick, but he would brush your ever-loving, okay?
Chop. Yeah.
Right? So I'm getting goosebumps now because I can feel it. I can feel it because he made your level higher.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, let's see. I don't want to cut you off, but I know we can go on and on. We could be on here for 4 hours talking about Greg Grant. Because first time I saw him and John was in the back court, and he took Carl Martin down in the corner. They was playing Kennedy High School from Willingboro. And he took the ball and put it behind Martin's back. Carlton turned around and looked to see where the ball was. Greg stepped back, stuck his tongue out at him, and knocked it down for 2. We all went crazy. Like, look at this little boy here. He is rocking and rolling. That's the first time I saw Greg Grant. And then I saw Greg also when he was playing with Clarence Turner down there. How Coach Clarence Turner actually at Camden High game, he actually told Eric to go ahead and bust this little boy up because he couldn't stop him. And Greg, you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, I remember the game. Yes.
You remember when you got hit in the nose?
Yes, of course I remember.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. You're not gonna forget that. Okay, so I remember the individual that hit you, Eric. His name is Eric. In Clarence,
I know who he is. We still looking at him.
Yeah.
It was Aki.
But they couldn't stop you. Kevin Walls was, doing his thing, but you was out there, you was rolling. But let's hear from Coach Young. Coach Young, talk to us about, you grew up with Greg. Y'all been longtime friends. When did you first meet? I mean, how long y'all been friends? I mean, my God, time goes moving on. How long y'all been friends?
Man, it got to be at least 43 years now, I think. Greg was 10, I was 8. I'm 53 now.
Wow. And so
you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you really good. So when you talk about
I moved to Walnut Avenue, I was 8 years old. Greg was 10 years old, 400 block of Walnut Avenue.
So when you hear about perseverance and character of Greg Grant as far as he just goes and goes and goes. He never gives up. What do you see? What did you see through the years?
Man, Greg had a trait. He had that trait from day one, man. You know, like I said, I was 8, he was 10, and it was already there. Like a lot of people, that if you know sports, at a young age, you can tell who's a pro and who's not a pro. Greg was a pro at 10 years old. We will always say that. At 10 years old, Greg could do, and you know, Randy, all those guys could play. But Greg was just different. You know, we had a little team called the Walnut 76ers. Dow Dixon was part of that. Greg was different. Greg, we would play to 100, and we played by 1 point. 1 point to 100. And you talking about kids that were 10 to 12 years old.
Wow.
And we would play to 100. Greg would get his 50, and we divvy up the other 50. You know,
wow.
It was a given. It was a given that Greg was gonna get his 50. That's just the way it was. You know,
wow.
And I don't care who we played, whether it was John and Mount Miller Homes, Garfield, East State Street, anywhere we went in the hood, over the bridge to Clinton Avenue to Fillmore Park, any part we went to, Greg was getting his 50, and I'm talking at 10 and 12 years old. And actually 8 to 10 years old, because that's when the Walnut 76 actually started. We was about 8 and 10 years old. Jackie and Gwenny, Malachi Richardson's mom, were our first coaches. And, you know, we named ourselves the Walnut 76ers, man. And right there, like I always say, Randy, Greg attests to this, he had the type of mindset, it ain't just have to be basketball. If Greg wanted to be a doctor, Greg would have been a doctor. If Greg wanted to be a professional football player, Greg would have been a professional football player. He just had that knack. He had that discipline. He just had it. It was part of his DNA, man. It was in him. It was in his blood. He was born to be a pro. And it didn't just have to be basketball. And if you know him like I know him, how Dixon know him, he would have been successful at whatever he wanted to be successful at. And basketball just was his passion.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, talk to us, Greg, about this picture here. And I want everybody to know we got like a little blooper. We got a little clip coming up. And anybody's watching this, and if they can find the blooper that we purposely did, you just email us at tovsportstalkshow@gmail.com, and we're going to send you a gift. We purposely did a blooper just to see if you would catch it. But, Greg, talk to us about this picture here. Look, like Coach Young, Darryl Young just said, look at all these kids, but look at Greg. Check Greg out. Greg, talk to us about the little loads.
That picture, I believe, I think Dixon in that picture. I see John. I think
bad boys
I think that was the Spoon and Dent travel team. You know,
yeah.
We call it the travel team, but now they will call it AAU.
Yes.
So Dixon was in there. John was in there. Richard Wright was in there. A lot of the good guys that we grew up with and played ball with growing up was in that picture. So no, that there was some talent in there at that time. But like a lot of guys said, like,
how old were you then? How old? What age is that?
That's probably what, 12?
That's 14. That was 14.
That was 14.
That was 14.
We was in high school then? Oh no, we was in ninth grade.
Yeah, because I was on the 12-year-old travel team. Y'all was on the 14.
Okay.
Wow. Wow. All right. Talk to us about this picture here, and all the pictures as we presented when we first came on the air before we showed the clip was provided in courtesy of AKA Robert Green, and we want to thank Robert for all these pictures. He's the historian. I mean, if you don't have it, either he has it or he'll get it for you. Talk to us about this picture here, Greg. You there, Greg?
He probably went out for a quick jog.
Well, you know what?
No, Rock, he on that Peloton.
I like to add something. That's Greg. Well, he could go ahead. That's the best.
He froze up. Go out and come back in. Hopefully he'll go out and come back in. He froze up. That's what happened.
That's the best fast break in New Jersey history. First of all, you got John and Greg, two speed demons. And of course, you got me and Rock. So you can't lose. So this before the 3-point line. So when I give you 40 and Greg give you 50, you getting like 60, 70 points. Flat out. And that's where it was. But different time, you know what I mean? You can't even go to the whole well somebody crying. But they used to put it on us and we used to give it back. because it was Trenton, Camden, Weequahic, Shabazz, AC, St. Anthony's, Boys High, Andrew Jackson, Martin Luther King. We was always there. We had the 2-5-7 guards. So Greg was the captain, the leader, and guess what? We was all right with that because we knew Greg was the best player on the team, and we followed suit. Greg made us all better.
Yeah, that's what good ball players do. Who knows about this picture here? We see Greg and what year is this, Darryl?
That's a JV picture, right, Rob?
Varsity.
That is, I'm getting no.
That's got to be sophomore year.
That's the sophomore year.
That was my junior year. That was
your junior year, Rob?
Yeah, that
What's
was
that? 82.
That was Greg them senior year.
Oh yeah, yep. That's 84. 84.
It's 84. 84.
Yep,
okay.
84. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. They used to ask for my birth certificate because I had a beard. So they said
with the Milwaukee Bucks warm-ups.
Yes, sir. Milwaukee. You see the warm-ups, Randy B?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned that because you're right.
At the time,
you spot on.
But Poppy kept us fresh.
We played on Prism, which is now Comcast. So when you played basketball for Trenton High, you were a rock star. Like people would come and say, "Hey, what's up, Dix?" You'd be like, "Damn, I don't even know you. I'm out West Trenton." Like, damn, it's like that. Go to Princeton. Like your name preceded you. You know what I mean? We were it was before drugs and gangs took a hold and choked the city. You had to be smart, you had to play ball to be popular, or you just had it. If you had all three, your ticket was signed. You was good. It's not like that these days. So when you take us back, Randy and Rock, I love you guys because people don't understand the mindset and the hierarchy to be privileged to be bestowed a jersey for Trenton. When they gave my Trenton High jersey, actually me and Greg got cut from Trenton High. So when they wised up and gave it back to us, I was like, I snatched my jersey like it's about time, you know what I mean? But I took it and I put it. So I think I slept in that jersey that night. You know what I mean? So
well, look, talk to us, and Coach Cal, we're gonna get to you. We ain't forgot you. We see you in the picture there, but talk to us about this game here. And this is the game that where Coach Turner gave the executive command to try to annihilate my little man Greg Grant at the time. And when I say annihilate, that's what he tried to do. Who was at this game here at Camden High when they played Trenton?
We were all there at that game.
I know you were. Talk to us about that.
Talk to him, Rock.
It's Mike Gilchrist.
Mike Gilchrist.
Gilchrist father.
Yes, Mike Gilchrist.
1984's semifinals, South Jersey final against Camden.
Yes.
Up in Rutgers. That's Kid Gilchrist's father, Michael Kid Gilchrist.
Right, passed away. Yeah, God rest his soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like you said, Randy. That's the game. I had talked to Octavius Eric Young, and he
Eric Young.
They did.
Hey, Randy, can you hear me?
Game.
Yes, we can.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that they did in 76, I think it was, with Kenny Nicholson. But he low bridge Kenny Nicholson. When Kenny Nicholson was putting it in on him.
Yeah, Eric Young.
Him.
Yeah,
you know,
he was that kind of ball. You know.
At the end of the day, you got to respect Clarence Turner because a lot of people don't know the history. He was one of the first ones to bring black referees to South Jersey.
Yes,
because of Camden being one of the larger or the largest black city in South Jersey. They had a long history of getting looked at as like these inner city kids and what have you. But I think Clarence Turner sued the state and got some black referees down there in South Jersey.
Yeah, he did. And that's how they became part of Board 34. You're spot on. The historian says it again. We love it. We love it. And but listen up. Talk to us, Greg, about this picture here.
Yeah, that's one of my finest moments. That was in 1989. That was a special season. I say the greatest season in the history of the school. That year, we was 30-2. And that what made my dream come true that season. We had NBA scouts at every game. I got a chance to really show what I can do, and that season was just remarkable. Went to the national championship. We lost in the national championship, but Kelly was actually brought in to replace me. So and most people don't know, Randy, you know, and Pup and Dixon and Rock can attest to this. When we was in Trenton, we didn't see Ewing players. Ewing players did not play in our summer league. We had our own summer league. They had their own summer league. So as good as Kelly was, and as great as career Kelly had in high school, first time I met Kelly, I was in college, and Kelly never seen me play. So, you know, it ain't now when you can go on YouTube and see somebody play. If you didn't see him live, you didn't see him. So
that's true.
When Bannon brought Kelly in my senior year, so when I left, Kelly was going to replace me. And one of the first things Bannon said was, "Have you ever seen Greg Grant play?" Kelly said, "No." He was like, "All right, I'm about to show you." So that's how confident Bannon was that when I show you him, you're gonna be impressed. Like that's the way he was. So Kelly was there that year. He actually we all took a picture up on the rooftop. The boys are back in town. The Mercer County crew. Me, Glover,
Yes.
Lou Bucari, rest his soul, GP, Cornell, Terrence Jackson. So we all was back in town. So that was just a remarkable year. And to get drafted from D3, most people don't understand how difficult it's pretty much impossible to do. And 89 was the first year they went to the 2 rounds. Before they used to have like 6, 7, 8 rounds of NBA draft picks. That was the first year they went to the 2 rounds. So obviously I was a little nervous that I wasn't going to get drafted just because it was just only 54 players going to get drafted. So I was blessed to be able to achieve that goal and move forward from there.
Well, Kelly, talk to us about, whenever we come on the air, we cannot, and we will not ever go on the air without talking about Cadwater Park. I mean, because that is the park. They talk about the Rucker. They can talk about the league out there in California. They can talk about the league in Chicago. They can talk about Druid Hill in Baltimore. You know, they can talk about Harry James, God bless his soul, up in East Orange. You know, he had the Harry James Park, and you talk about the Shore League. But Cadwater Park was very special, especially to me. I mean, because y'all just played defense, and I loved it. And you had the grit and grind. Talk to us about those days, like Greg was just talking about when you came in to the College of New Jersey, Trenton State.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an unbelievable atmosphere. Just to first start off, even, talking about Greg's situation coming into, walking to Trenton State and why he was there. And one of the things that Greg kind of mentioned as well is that Ewing and Trenton rivalry was so I guess, so intense that you didn't really know how great all the other players really were. So, when I got to Trenton State, Greg was like, listen, he made me feel comfortable. He made me feel comfortable. I mean, he made me feel like home. Was no Trenton Ewing thing at that point. And he took me up under his wing. And just to see that energy around campus and people sleeping overnight, that was just unbelievable. And then moving into playing at Cadwater Park, and just to be able to play against a Rock and play against Pup and those guys, it was for the competitor, it was probably the ultimate high that you could have, because you knew every night you had to bring it. I think Greg played that last year, and I think we were, if I'm correct, I'm getting a little old, but we were one of the teams that beat them at Cadwater Park. And that atmosphere that night was like, we talking about if it holds 25, it probably was 3,500 people there that night. And just what Greg did to our team, against people just coming at him. He may have 40 points that night or close to 50. And I think you were playing for Electra at that time, G. And just the atmosphere. But, it made so many people better. It built so many relationships, and it knocked down so many different preconceived notions of individuals coming from different areas. Because if you could play at Cadwater Park, you could play anywhere.
That's true.
That was really it.
That's true. And let me share something with you guys. Not everybody could play at Cadwater Park.
Absolutely.
I brought Reggie Welsh up from Camden. I brought Terrell Baker. I think Greg coached him in the Asbury Park League. I'm not sure. I believe he did. He had Dewey Ferguson also. I brought Terrell Baker up, and I told him, this is not Camden. They're going to lock your behind down, so you better get it across court. He couldn't even bring it across court. He could. I'm telling you a fact, and he wouldn't listen. I said, this is not Camden, brother. This is Trenton. They're going to lock you down. So, you know, the Downing brothers, you know what they did? They turned him, and when he turned, whoops, see you later. They were gone. So I had to take him out the game. He just couldn't handle it. I took him out the game. Look, don't embarrass yourself out here. Don't embarrass yourself. Talk to us about this picture here, though, Greg. I know you remember this.
Yeah, and that obviously that's me and Cleve. And what most people don't know, Randy, and you know, and Rock, Dixon, Kel, and Dow, when they name drop, and I don't get into it too much, but they were name drop, and they throw 1,000 names out of all the great players that was out there in that park that year. I was 18 years old when I won that award. I was an 18-year-old boy, and I got MVP in that league where I can just name some guys. Randy Corker was there. TB was there. Sam Randolph, Bobby Potts, Lenny Barber, Tony Barber, BT's Andrew Baker. I mean, Rock is the historian. Rock can name 1,000 guys that was out there that year. And for me to be an 18-year-old young man to win MVP in that unlimited league, it says a lot. It made me real proud. And it also made me realize how good I could be from doing it in that league with that type of talent out there at that time. So there will never be an 18-year-old boy who won an unlimited league in that era at that time with that type of talent out there. And Cleve was the commissioner, but I think he also coached Merriman. I'm not sure, but I believe he was coaching Merriman at the time too. So I don't know how he was the commissioner and the coach. But that's why Merriman got like 8 titles.
He took on a lot of responsibility, man.
Yeah, that's a good way.
How you getting the referees for your own game? Yeah. You understand. You knew what was going on. That's in every league, though. That's in every league. Whether you go over there, Philly with Dr. Foote, or if you go up in East Orange with Harry James, you know they're gonna make sure that you might make it to the semifinals, but you ain't gonna win. Nah. You're not gonna win. You're not going to win. They're going to see to it. They'll foul out your big men. They'll figure something out to get you out of there. But that's the truth. And y'all know what's going on. But talk to us about this. Oh, I just love this picture. Yo, look how buff he is, man. Talk to us, Daryl, Coach Young. Talk to us about this picture here.
That's Phoenix, baby. That's what we all knew he made it.
Yes.
That's the Phoenix Suns, you know. And you know, we were fortunate to have 2 guys from the area, Greg and our nephew Davon Reed, to go to Phoenix. So Phoenix been good to Trent, you know. That picture right there just takes us back to, you know, Greg made it. The whole block, the whole neighborhood, the whole city just proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you know what? A lot of people don't remember it, and they don't realize that Greg played with the Bullets when it was called the Bullets. You know, they remember the Sixers.
There's a few jerseys they don't know about, Randy.
Played Chris Webber. Chris Webber was on that team.
Orlando.
Yeah. Denver Nuggets.
Yes, absolutely. So then we got the Sixers.
How big is that, Randy?
Let me tell you something. I was at that Sixer game, and Greg was guarding Sam. What's Sam's last name, Greg? Sam. He's coaching, assistant coach with the Sixers now.
Sam Cassell.
Cassell.
Look, I'm telling you something. Greg was in his butt 94 feet, and Sam is like looking over to the bench, like, well, who is this? What is he doing? Yo, Greg didn't let up. Everywhere Sam went, Greg was right there. I'm talking about in his chest. And we was going, yeah, Greg, lock him down, Greg, lock him down. And, you know, Sam was like, who is this little dude? Well, he found out that day who he was. I'm telling you, for sure. There's the Denver Nuggets. That's what you're talking about there. Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great team. That was Mutombo, Reggie Williams, Mahmoud was on there, Jalen Rose. That team had some players. We went to the playoffs. I don't think we went too deep. I think after the first round, but that team had some talent on it. That was pretty much at the end of my career. I played like maybe one more season, and then I went overseas for a couple of years.
Yeah, I saw that game on the tube. But we talk about humble beginnings. There it is. Oops, there it is.
Dal Dixon, remember that? That's Cook School. That's Pup. That's the Sixers. All the Sixers right there.
Hey,
that's our home court.
Greg, tell that story about and Pup. Tell them about our relationship with the fire escape.
Oh yeah, that's how. Hey Randy, we used to line up on top of the fire escape, and then my boy Mike Teller, TKL, he would play the music, the Sixers theme song when they went. So we would be up there waiting until he pressed play, and then we'll come down the fire escape like you couldn't tell us we weren't the real Sixers, and we would run around the court with the music playing. Man, we was in heaven. I mean,
that's our childhood, man. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
There it is.
Nothing like it.
There it is. And listen,
great time.
And so we go on and on and on. Let me show you this here. Compliments of Rock Green. But some of these pictures I got off the internet.
Only thing I do is that's Rock. Yeah, he got him. Rock got him.
Well, I got this off the internet. And talk to us, Greg, about this picture here.
That's 2014, I believe. Us at the state championship at Rutgers against Linden. Linden was tough that year. I think Linden beat Carl Townsend them twice that year. That team had at least 4 Division I players, and we went into that game with no Division I players. Our best player that year was Shaquan Worthy and Brandon George. And man, Pup to this day talk. We beaten Linden at the half by 1. They gave us no chance at all, and we beaten them at 1, and we actually beat them 3 out of the 4 quarters. They had a big third quarter, and that opened it up a little bit, but we beat them 3 out of the 4 quarters, and that was a team that nobody knew. Like I said, no Division I players, no scholarship players, and them guys competed all year. They played like their coach. They was the makeup of their coaches. You know, the way we was brought up, the way we played, the way we scrapped, the way we was disciplined, and we just coached them that way. And for people to say that these kids are different today than when we grew up, that's partially true, but you can't change who you are. And if you don't change who you are, they'll buy in at times. And,
exactly.
And that group of kids did buy in. And that's why we was 27-3 that year. We lost 3 games by 12 points total.
And just to piggyback on what you're saying, it's all because of this right here. 94 feet and rising. 94 feet. Greg played the whole court. 94 feet. He just didn't play half court. He just didn't play on one side and then play on the other side. He played the whole. We're gonna show you a clip in a few minutes. If you see it, and y'all should know because y'all grew up and you saw him play. He used the whole court. He just didn't shoot threes. He didn't come down and pull. He did crossover, pull up, shoot. He was very fundamentally sound. I interviewed Coach Lynham, and he said, man, that little guy, he just hard work. And as it said on the clip, he entertained the people. He knew how to play the game. And Coach said, whatever he asked Greg Grant to do, that's what he did. He had high acclamations for you, for Greg. Coach Lynham, Jen Lyman. And as we was talking about before the broadcast, he's a very detailed coach, a very detailed person.
Yes.
Very detailed. I mean, to some people, they couldn't probably play for him because he's just that way. But this 94 feet and rising, and this here, I think this is a great moment for you. Talk to us a little bit about that, Greg.
Yeah, that's it's not just a great moment for me, Randy B. It's a great moment for Rock. Rock Green wore number 10 as well. It's a great moment for Pup, who, like you said, and Dal Dixon, who grew up with me since we was little kids. and for Kelly, who I got to know and trust and admire some of the things she's done. And I just think more important, it was a great moment for my family. My Uncle Jim, who's not here, who taught me how to play. My mom, who sacrificed a lot when I was a kid to allow me to play and do some of the things I did. And just for Trenton, you know, to get your jersey retired in this city with the accolades and all the great talent that came through here and be chosen as one of the people is an honor. Not just, you know what I mean, for my family. It just shows the way I was brought up. It just shows the friends that I kept around me. And sometimes it's obvious you can't do anything by yourself when people do those type of things with you. But when you had the teammates I had with Rock, John Adams, Richard Wright, and Pup and Darryl, and then you go on and then you meet other people in your life and you just try to do the right thing, that's what makes that moment special. So I was excited for myself. I was really just excited for all the people who helped me and was around me to help make that moment even more special.
Well, here's another special moment, okay? I don't know how many was there at this Mercer County. It says Mercer County Hall of Fame, but it's Mercer County Basketball Hall of Fame. And Greg was, I think he was the first inductee. This was the first year that they had the Mercer County Basketball Hall of Fame, and he was one of the first inductees into that Hall of Fame. Talk to us, Coach Cal, about the Mercer County Hall of Fame. That's quite an honor. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, without question, the ability to be recognized and rightly deserve every particular accolade and every moment of appreciation that Greg has gotten over the years, and that's the highest level. To be the Mercer County. I mean, that's covering decades. That's about longevity. That's about doing things the right way, just not only in high school, but in college and after college and in life. So for him to be acknowledged that night, and I know I was there, and I think Bob was there. It was just an exciting time just to see everyone come and support just a worthy cause and for all the right reasons. So I mean, he set the bar for so many individuals that came behind him, and he made sure that people understood that it doesn't have to be your size. It's not about the metrics of it all. It's about what's built inside you, and for him to be recognized as a Mercer County Basketball Hall of Fame. Whew, the next thing I need to start lobbying for is make sure he goes into the New Jersey Basketball Hall of Fame if they do have that. So that's my next mission.
Yes, we all agree with that.
Yes, totally agree.
Totally agree. Totally.
And also, Randy, real quick on that. And
take your time. This is your show.
My sister, my sister went in the next year. So you got a brother and
family,
in the same household, both in the Mercer County Basketball Hall of Fame. That just says what type of character both of us had, and she don't get a lot. She gets her credit, and she gets it's all due with respect, but sometimes it gets kind of overshadowed because of what I've done in basketball. But when you got almost over 5,000 points in the college career in one household, you got both brothers and sisters in the College Hall of Fame, and then you also got both brothers and sisters in the Mercer County Hall of Fame. That just says a lot about our parents, and again in our community, that all helped raise us up and kept us off the streets and kept us playing basketball, the things that we wanted to do. So
absolutely.
And,
a lot of people don't know that your sister went to St. Peter's, right?
Yes.
And she's in the Hall of Fame in St. Pete's, and she could ball, and she also played overseas for a while. She could rock. I mean, it is what it is. She had that determination, but like you said, a lot of times it's overshadowed by other things that you have done in your life. But we can't forget Tanya Grant. And not only that, she's still doing good things. She's coming on the air. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have her on the TLV Sports Talk Show because she's doing good things in the city, Cap City. I call it Cap City, the city of Trenton, New Jersey, and she's doing good things. She ain't doing it for reputation. She's doing it because she cares about the kids. It's the next level youth. So having said that, look at this picture here. Darryl Dixon, talk to us about this picture. What do you see in this picture here?
this what I see, which is symbolic. You see Greg Grant Park, right? And about 200 yards to the right, you'll see P.J. Hill, where Greg first started to play ball, right? And then you see behind it, you see the train tracks. So that whole symbolism, and then 1,000 yards from there, oh no, about 500 yards from there, you see Walnut, where me, Darrell Young, and Greg were within 60 yards of each other, or 70 yards. So that whole area is perfect for the Greg Grant because that's grassroots. They could have had it at the state capitol. They could have had it at the Meadowlands, but they had it with Greg showed where his heart was, where his investment was, where his camp is and do it too, and when he's close to Trent High. And then it just started getting a little emotional because you look every month you see on Facebook, RIP. You say, man, I went to school with him. But to hear somebody say, yo, did you see Greg Grant ever? Did you ever see him play? And somebody face, first they'll look up and they say, yeah, man, there was a time. And you don't get that no more. You got clicks. But this is the blaze of people's memories. So this picture, when they dedicated the park, it made me feel like I was a part of it. Because everybody on the screen right here had been cut and had the honor of taking the ball out and handing the ball to Greg Grant. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If we be all together on this right here, it'll never be the same as it on this day. It'll be a little different, but right now, it's a lot of synergy and a lot of mythical talk we're doing right now, because a lot of people don't know, and this is hip-hop 30. So it means a lot to me. I was very proud.
Absolutely.
Very,
so we want you to stay. I don't mean to cut you off, but for the sake of time, we want you to just lock in on this clip here and sit back, relax. And this is tribute and honor. And we celebrate Greg Grant, the basketball journey. Keep it locked in right now.
That was great.
Well,
that was great, man. That was great, Randy.
It's all honor to Greg. I mean, you know, but like he said, he could have never done it without all you guys, you know, because it's not always about him. Is that correct, Greg?
Yeah. Obviously, I want to thank you, Randy B, for having me on the show. But also, I told you this before, for all you have done for Trenton with your sponsorships from way back in the day, just sponsoring with your barbershop and giving kids free haircuts, donating your time, donating your money, and always just showing love to Trenton and the young kids that's come through Trenton. And you're still doing a great job making sure people get exposure when they deserve to get exposure and putting them on the show and everything. Obviously, Kelly, Rock, Pup, and Dixon, you know, you guys, you know, I love you guys. You guys always been there for me, support me from day one, you know what I mean? So, you know, my life and career wouldn't have been the same without you guys in it. I mean that from my heart. Like you said, Daryl, both Daryls. Like you said, when you know each other, me and Daryl Dixon actually went to preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, Trenton High School, all together. You know, that's really ever happened, and you still know each other to this day. So, you know, you guys just mean a lot to me. Basketball been real good to me, but, you know, y'all friendship is way past basketball. I haven't played basketball in a long time, but we all still friends. So that goes to show you how you know, you guys mean, how much you guys mean to me. So I appreciate all you guys. So anything, you know, we're going to always be tight and close no matter what. You know, we don't always agree on things or always got to like the same thing. But when you got 40 plus years of friendship, ain't nothing going to break that.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And those are just not words from the lips. It's words from the heart. Well, we really appreciate you, Greg, and for your representation for not only yourself, your family, but the city of Trenton. And actually, if you want to go national, I would go national, because people need to see more people like yourself, especially our youth. So now we're older, so we can give back to the youth. They might not understand now what we're talking about, but when they get our age, and I don't think anybody on this broadcast is as old as I am. I'm 75. I'll be 75 in October. So, you know, you understand what I'm talking about, because you guys are in your 50s now. And you what you know this year, you didn't know 20 years ago. And you understand life a little bit more. So we really appreciate you, Greg. And that's why you're here. It's been the TLV Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. TLV is taking life's vision. Certainly, Greg Grant has taken his vision and went on. And like Coach Young said earlier, if anything he had to put his mind to, he could have been a doctor. He could have been anything that he put his mind to, because he's just that type of character, that type of person. And so we want to thank you for watching. And the full video, you can watch the full video of this broadcast on YouTube, TLV Sports Talk Show, and even the short clip on YouTube, TLV Sports Talk Show. So without further ado, again, Greg Grant, man, you know, you're going to stop me to cry, man. Just appreciate you, man. I really do.
Thank you.
Much love to you.
You too. Much love to you too. Appreciate you too. Love you, brother. Thanks a lot for everything. For everything.
You know, thank you. Thank you, everybody that came on the air tonight.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks for giving out them flowers, man.
Thank
Give
you.
your brother his flowers while he's here.
Say that again. Say that again.
I said thank you for giving the brother his flowers while he's here. Greg has received a lot of flowers, man, in his lifetime. Many people don't get that. And he's able to see his flowers while he's alive, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yep,
we could go on and on and on, because many that we have balled with, not a few, they're no longer with us. And we don't want to mention names, but we know in our hearts those that you know, they passed away much too young, but we don't have anything to do with that, you know, but we just have a memory of him now. And Greg is still here. So, give your flowers, give your kudos to those who have gone on and been productive, whether you've been in the NBA or not, but you're doing something for somebody else. Give them their due process while they're live. Thanks, everybody, for coming on the air. This is, again, This has been the TLB Sports Talk Show. Where we talk sports, we talk life, we make you visible. Like everybody knows how we end off. We're off like a dirty shirt. Put it in the book.